Doing the diff service on this 2016 Ford F150. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the fill hole plug with the 3/8 ratchet and take that out. And this time around I've elected to do a fluid extraction, and I'm trying out this topsider fluid extractor I bought on Amazon, and I was actually quite pleased with it. Basically a reverse pump, pumping the air out of the canister there and making a suction effect. You can see it immediately started sucking the fluid out when I stuck it in the rear differential. A little bit of a trick getting the extractor tube past the ring gear to the bottom of the differential, but it worked okay. This is 6 times normal speed, so this is kind of a slow process. The other way to do it is to remove the rear differential cover, dump the fluid out, clean it that way, and put it back on, put a new gasket on there, or sealant rather, and then fill it back up. But I decided, hey, this thing's not leaking, I'll try out this extractor, and it worked out pretty well. After sitting for a little bit, I repressurized the tank. I lost a little bit of vacuum when I initially stuck the tube in there, and was able to get to where I got all the fluid out, and played with the hose a little bit, make sure I was getting all the fluid out. And then after I did that, I was curious to see how much fluid I pulled out, and I pulled out about 2.5 quarts of fluid, which according to the specs I was looking at was a little bit more than this rear differential that I specifically have called for in capacity. So I felt like I got it all out and was happy with that. Put some fluid in this bucket pump. It calls for 75W85 synthetic gear oil, which is basically liquid gold. If I wasn't doing this for a YouTube video, I probably would have put in 7590 synthetic because it's a little cheaper. But I went with Motorcraft here for this. Filled it up with the bucket pump. Got it to the bottom of the fill hole. No matter the size of your ring gear, Ford says just to the bottom of the filled hole. I like going a little bit below that just so I'm not cavitating the fluid and creating pressure in the differential and causing, pinion and sill leaks and that kind of thing. So then snug that up good, but not crazy over tight, and then clean it up with some brake clean, and that service is pretty well done. Hope you found that helpful and that you'll like and subscribe.